Okay, I think I have everything set up and we should be live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you can hear me. We are live for the 2026 NBA draft. Yeah, so I'm actually really excited because I, how can I explain this, right? I haven't done a live stream like this before. I'm on StreamYard. The first time I did a live, I was at the WNBA game and it was cool, but I want to be with the audience and actually watch the draft live with you. I got it on a big screen, but what we're going to do is we're going to use ESPN draft. So the draft is going to start in 10 minutes, but the first pick won't be until mm, maybe 7:10. So it's a couple things that I do want to do prior to that. Um, So we got to talk about two things before we get into the actual draft. So first, we got to talk about the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade to the Miami Heat. We got to talk about that first, and then I actually did my own mock draft. I did a mock draft 1 through 15 because after 15, I really don't even care. The Bulls have the number 4 pick and the number 15 pick, and if you don't know, I am a Chicago Bulls fan. So I'm gonna stop at 15 and we're just gonna react live to it. Okay. So first let's discuss the Giannis trade that happened yesterday. So let me pull up the Shams tweet so I can break down everybody who was involved in the trade. So from Shams, the Milwaukee Bucks are trading franchise icon Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis to the Miami Heat for Tyler Hero, Kiel Ware, Jamie Jaquez Jr., Jaspis Jonkin Kunis, my bad, 3 first-round picks, including the number 13 pick today, 1 pick swap, 1 second-round pick, sources tell ESPN. So, my thoughts on Giannis being traded to the Heat. First of all, we knew this was coming for a very long time. Giannis let it be known that he was ready to leave Milwaukee. He did what he was supposed to do. He won a championship there, he won MVPs there, and he was looking for a different opportunity. So I'm not even mad at Giannis for wanting to leave. But the issue is, does this make the Miami Heat a better team? On paper, I don't think so. He could have stayed in Milwaukee because they had to gut the roster just to get him to Miami, right? So let me look at the Miami Heat roster with Giannis and with the moving pieces that's going to Milwaukee right now. So let me see Miami Heat. So the updated roster they have is Bam Adebayo, Giannis. Who the hell is Myron Gardner? Never heard of him. Keyshawn Johnson, barely heard of him. Jokovic, he's cool. Heel, oh, man, this roster is bad. This is a bad roster. Bobby Portis, he came in the draft as well. Norman Powell, he may not even re-sign with them, and then Andrew Wiggins. So is this is a team that's barely going to make the playoffs. I don't get it. I don't get it. They don't have any draft capital. They traded it away to Milwaukee. And I mean, I'll say this: I trust Pat Riley. I trust Pat Riley. If anybody could retool a franchise or a team, Pat Riley can do it. So I'm assuming he's going to give him the benefit of the doubt to do that. Um, but we'll see. So with the Bucks, I like the core. I think the Bucks came away with this winners. Obviously, you don't want to trade a franchise player like Giannis, but if you're going to do it, you might as well get good players. And I think they got really good players back. So first, they got Tyler Hero. He is a Milwaukee boy, so he's coming back home. you know what you're going to get with Tyler Hero. He's going to get you uh 20, 24, and 5, which is solid. He's a solid number two. Then you got Yakachunas. He went to U of I. I watched a lot of U of I games. He is a great point guard. He didn't play much with Miami, but when he did play, he showed flashes. So uh, you got him and Trey. You got Jaquez Jr., who almost won the Sixth Man of the Year award. They still got Cal Coombs or whatever. Ryan Rollins, he had a really great year last year. I'm looking at his stats right now: 17, 5, and 4. So it's probably going to be his team going forward. He's a 6'3" combo guard. He had a good year. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do as, you know, the number one option so far. I don't think he's going to finish the year as the number one option, but he's going to be there. So we just have to see what happens. The Milwaukee, they have the number 13th pick in this draft. We'll see what they do in the draft. So the Bamboozler right now, they're showing Darren Peterson right now. So we're going to use this ESPN draft tracker. It is going to update as soon as the players drafted. So if not, then I will switch to another draft tracker. Okay, it's going to start in like 10 minutes. I want to go through my own mock draft, right? 1 through 15, I did. So 1 through 4, I think everybody knows the draft order on who's going to get drafted. It's been talked about for the longest, right? So the Washington Wizards have the number 1 pick, and AJ DeBosa is easily going to be the number 1 overall pick, which is a great choice, right? It was either going to be between him and Darren Peterson. Now, the reason why I won't be surprised if the Wizards decide to pass on AJ is because the Utah Jazz have done everything to try to set up to get AJ DeBosa ever since he was in high school, right? So AJ DeBosa transferred from, I think he's from Boston, but he transferred into a prep school in Utah, I think his junior or senior year. After that, he graduated high school. He went to BYU, a college in Utah. Utah for the past 3-4 years have been tanking. The game plan has always been to try to get AJ DeBosa to go to Utah. That's been. So I'm actually surprised that they didn't try to trade up to get the number 1 draft pick to get him when they failed to number 2. But nevertheless, AJ, I think he's going to go to Washington, the Washington Wizards. So that leaves the Utah Jazz to pick Darren Peterson. Now, I watched a lot of Darren Peterson at Kansas, and I'll say this: he he's the prototypical shooting guard. He's the prototypical shooting guard. The only thing that concerns me is he has a lot of Kawhi Leonard in him, and if you don't know what that means he's a heck of a basketball player, but his demeanor is not the best, and also injuries. Right? He had he had cramp injuries going on, and he missed a lot of time in Kansas. A lot of people didn't know if he was dedicated to Kansas, if he was trying to save himself for the NBA, and it it kind of messed up his draft prospects a little bit, but not too much because obviously he's still going to be picked within the top 2 or 3. But that's my only concern. Also, I'm starting to see a lot of people compare him. This is crazy. They are comparing him to Kobe Bryant, which makes absolutely no sense. Like we can't do that, right? Like he's a good 2 guard. He's been a great player at Kansas despite those injuries. But we can't just be throwing the Kobe Bryant name out there like that. That makes no sense. It's crazy to me actually. If you want to call him Bradley Beal, that makes more sense to me. Like him being Bradley Beal makes a lot more sense to me than you throwing out Kobe Bryant. Yeah. So let me let me move on before I get angry. So Memphis Grizzlies, Cam Boozer. I think that's an easy pick. Um, Cam Boozer, you know what you're going to get with him. You're going to get a player that's going to get you 18 points, 10 rebounds, right? He dominated in college, but in the NBA, he might be slightly undersized for a power forward. So we'll see how that go. Maybe he'll grow another inch. Maybe he gets a little bigger. But that's really only my slight concern with Cam Boozer. Like I said, you know what you're going to get with him. It's just that he might be slightly undersized. And does he have the ability to stretch the floor? Is he a power forward that's just going to bang in the paint, or is he actually going to be able to shoot the three at a high clip? So those are my concerns with him. Now we got the Chicago Bulls, who I'm very excited. Let me say this first. The Bulls finally they decided that they're going to go through a rebuild. For years, we have decided that we're going to try to retool and get this player, that player. No, tear the whole thing down. Tear the whole thing down. We finally decided. Finally did that. So I'm thankful we did that. So we have the number 4 pick. We have the number 15 pick. With the number 4 pick, I think we're going to get Caleb Wilson. That's been in the mock drafts for since the beginning, since it was announced we had the number 4 pick. And I think he's the prototypical 4 in today's NBA, meaning he could play inside, he could play outside. That's the thing. Can you stretch the floor? That's my concern with Cam Boozer. I don't know if he has the ability to stretch the floor, but I know Caleb Wilson does have that ability. Now I know he didn't participate in the NBA tournament because he got hurt, but nevertheless a, he showed flashes of greatness when he was at North Carolina. So number 5, that's when things get a little tricky because I have the Clippers picking Keaton Wagler at number 5, and if you would have told me in the beginning of the season Keaton Wagler was going to be a lottery pick in this year's draft, I would have laughed at you. So, like I said, I live in Chicago. I'm a U of I fan. I watched a lot of his games. Now, he wasn't even U of I's number 1 prospect coming into college. That was Brandon Lee. He was their number 1 prospect. He was a 4-star recruit out of New Jersey. And in the beginning of the season, Brandon Lee played a lot more than Keaton Wagler. What happened was Brandon Lee got hurt. Keaton Wallace stepped in, and he never looked back. So I have him going 5 to the Clippers. The one thing I'll say about Keaton Wagler is he's not a point guard. A lot of people have him penciled in as a point guard, and he is not a point guard. He is a 2 guard who, on occasion, can play point guard, kind of like a Devin Booker. You know, when you think of Devin Booker, you don't think about um, a player that is a point guard. You think about his shooting ability, and Keelan Waller has great shooting ability, right? Okay, Adam Silver is up, and he's what time is it? 7:04. Okay, so the draft probably gonna start within the next couple of minutes, at least the first pick, right? So, am I gonna get through this top 15 before the first? Let me go through quickly. So, number 6, I have the Nets getting Darius Acuff. Cool. Number 7, I have the Kings going Michael Brown from Louisville. Number 8, that's when things get a little tricky. I have the Hawks because I don't think the Hawks need another guard. I think they're fine in the guard position, but I have them getting Morez Johnson out of Michigan. Number 9, I have the Mac getting Braden Burris from Arizona. Number 10, I have the Bucks. My bad. Okay, we are on the clock. I was wondering what that was. Number 10, we have the Bucks getting Kingston Flemings out of Houston. Number 11, we have Nate Ahmet from he went to Tennessee. Now, let me quickly talk about Nate Ahmet because he has the body of an NBA prospect, of a good NBA prospect. But I saw a lot of his games in college as well. And in the big moments, he didn't really show up the way I thought he was going to show up. Okay, so the Washington Wizards are on the clock right now. Let me see if this pulls up for ESPN. They got them on the clock. Okay. All right, so I'm on ESPN.com. I'm assuming it's going to pop up. If not, I will switch over to Sports Illustrated real quick. This is crazy. All right. So, so I got it on the big screen. There's 4 minutes left until they make their pick. So, like I said, it's going to be AJ DeMassa. I don't see them doing anything crazy. It wouldn't make any sense for them to go down the Darren Peterson route because he's a wild card. You just don't know what you're going to get. Like I said, I compare him to Kawhi Leonard as far as demeanor, right? Like he has such a nonchalant attitude about everything that you don't know what you're going to get. I could be 1,000% wrong, whatever, but he just gave me Kawhi Leonard vibes. Um, so do you want to pick that type of player at number one? I don't know. So okay. All right, so we got the number one pick coming in 3 minutes. Like I said, if it's anybody other than AJ, I will be shocked. But even then, AJ, he said he wanted to go number one. He wanted to go number one since high school. Oh shit, what am I doing? But it's my first time on StreamYard, so bear with me, y'all. I hope y'all can hear me. Okay, so they're talking about the Washington Wizards roster, and on paper, they got some young players, right? They got Anthony Davis. They just re-signed Trey Young. Um, if you watch the Wizards last year, Will Riley had a really good rookie season. Like I didn't know he had it in him like that. Like I said, I watched a lot of U of I games. He was the sixth man of the Big Ten, but he looked like a pro's pro. I don't know if he's going to start with AJ, getting picked, but they have a lot of young talent. Like, watch out for Washington. Anthony Davis, he might just want to stay. All right. Like I said, so I'm on ESPN. I'm watching it, but I'm also on ESPN.com clock. So, like I said, if it don't pop up, I will switch real quick. And I'm expecting for it to be AJ. Wait, they saying Darren Peterson might go number one. Wait, what? That would be crazy. All right, there we go. Okay. Why the hell? I hope my computer not tweak. Now I'll say this. This class is actually really good. Like 1 through 15, I just went down 1 through 15. There's going to be some all-star players and some franchise players coming into this league. Like I'm really excited to see this young group of players. And my Bulls got the number 4 pick, so we right there in the mix. All right, man, come on, make this pick. Damn. All right, here we go. Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Did it pop up on here? AJ got picked first. Why is it not showing? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. First. So I'm finna switch to Sports Illustrated, y'all. Hold on. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. My bad. Uh, my bad. My bad. Nope, not ESPN. That's over with. So Sports Illustrated actually had it first, and yeah, I don't think this surprised anybody. Uh, stop sharing screen. So we're going to use Sports Illustrated. So AJ DeBosa got picked up by the Washington Wizards, and this comes to no surprise to anybody. Like I said, he's a franchise type player, like 3-level scorer, inside, outside. He's been a number one. He chose to go to BYU, and he led them in everything. So Paul George, I know that's kind of lazy, but I always see him as that type of player. Um, Crazy athletic. Um, he played with a lot of passion, lot of motor. Um, he defensively, I don't know what he can do. He has all the tools to be a really good defensive player, but defense is more so about commitment. Like, can he commit to being uh, a defensive player? And we have to see it. But as far as on the offensive end, 3 levels. Is underrated. The Washington. There they are. Utah Jazz on the clock, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get Darren Peterson. So I really am not expecting any fireworks until after the Bulls select. Right, that's when everything is going to kind of fall into place. Um, I think it's going to be it's AJ DeBosa number 1, Darren Peterson number 2, Cam Boozer number 3, Caleb Wilson number 4. So it's not going to be any surprises, I think, until number 5. Let me see what he's talking about. African family. All right. So let me talk about Washington real quick because they just re-signed Trey Young to a massive deal. So Trey Young isn't going anywhere. The wild card is you can build something with AJ. Like you can build something with them in a year, in your first year, and then in your second year, build off of that. So I hope Anthony Davis don't try to force his way to another team. Like just stick it out, bro. It's you good. It's okay. Uh, shit, I'm tweaking. All right. Darren Peterson. Let me see what they're saying about him. Yeah, Darren. Let me see. Let me because I know they got Jared Jackson Jr. Uh, who else they got? Teams. The Utah Jazz. Okay, let me look at their roster real quick. Ace Bailey. Okay, right. Ace Bailey. Isaiah Collier. He hasn't really been doing. Filipowski. Keontae George. Okay, he's been cool. Jaron Jackson Jr. Walker Kessler. Okay. Kevin Love. What the hell? Lauren Marketing. Okay. Cool. 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 Yusuf Nurkic plays for the Utah Jazz. Okay. Didn't know that. Cody Williams, he got drafted number 2. It's a slight delay. My bad, y'all. It's a slight delay. I'm watching it on TV, so it's gonna pop up later. But Darren Peterson picked number 2 to the Utah Jazz. Let me- I'm sorry, y'all. Let me put this on the big screen. My bad, my bad. Gotta add this to the stage. My bad. There we go. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, this is my first time using StreamYard. Bear with me. Bear with me. There you go. Darren Peterson, pick number 2 to Utah Jazz. See, that's the thing. They said when he was healthy, there was nobody been better. But can he stay healthy? That's always the question with these type of players. Natural score, yep. Like I said, I think he's a Bradley Beal type of player. Not Kobe Bryant, Bradley Beal. For real. And one thing they talked about him in high school, he actually played a lot of point guard. He averaged like 5 assists per game in high school. In Kansas, they didn't ask him to be that type of playmaker. They just wanted him to score. Um, but if he could get back to what he was doing in high school, as far as getting his teammates involved and getting assists, he gonna be a problem. Not Kobe Bryant problem, but he gonna be a problem. All right, so nothing crazy has happened so far. top two picks have been what they've been saying all along. AJ DeMonson, number one, Darren Peterson, number two. Cam Boozer. Um, if they decide to go Cam Boozer, and I will have no issue with that at all. If the Bulls got Cam Boozer, I will actually be happy. If the Bulls get Caleb Wilson, I will actually be happy. I'm more so concerned about what's going to happen at 15. And when we get there, we'll talk about it. But 15, I'm actually more nervous because it's a player that I want that at 15. I know we just made that trade and we got Claxton from the Nets, but I like Miller. So hopefully he drops to 15 and we can possibly make something happen with that. All right, man. I ain't gonna lie. I hope this draft is not too long. Let's go quick, quick, quick. I actually don't know why they switched it from the first or second round, why it's on two different days, but whatever. All right. So the Memphis Grizzlies pick is in, and let me see what Shams talking about. Okay, so basically he was going to be with the Utah Jazz. It was no it was hopefully he avoids the injury. Like he gives me Kawhi Leonard vibes, which is I mean, okay, we know that Kawhi Leonard is a gamer. We know what he can do on the basketball court. My issue is one, does he have the passion to play in the NBA? Does he care, or does he have this nonchalant type of attitude? And number two, can he avoid being injured? That's it. You know, when you pick at number two, you have to know what you're going to get because if you swing and miss at no, okay, so we have the pick is in for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm assuming they're going to go Cam Boozer. Everything is looking like that. Yeah, wow, they had a terrible season. Oh my God, John Morant was hurt. Edney was hurt most of. Look at Carlos Boozer. Look at Carlos Boozer. Oh man, Booze. That was my. It's going to pop up. No surprises as of now. One, one, two, three. It's been AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer. No, that's so funny. So I like Cam Boozer. Like I said, I think he's going to give you 17, 18 a game in the next. Going to get 17, 18, and 10 on a night to night basis. Cool. My of a NBA player. I'm excited. I'm excited for them. Hopefully, man, he put. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, the Bulls are on the clock. The Bulls are on the clock. This is very important, people. We're on the clock. So last year it was tough. We had a tough year. I'm just I'm more so happy that we finally decided. I actually could care less about the rest of the draft, to be quite honest with you. We'll see how I feel. 15 after Mara, hopefully he gets drafted by the Bulls. Hopefully nobody picks him up beforehand. I might have to get up out of here. We'll see. I like him. I like him. He's a kid that a basketball family with Carlos Boozer, the former Bull. Um, and you just know what you're going to get with that type of player. Hard work, Jabu. I said the Jazz, the Grizzlies. They got them a player. Now, will John Morant get? Is he going to be straight? Is he going to not act the fool? We'll see. But they got them a solid player, Wilson. This is the start of us actually. I think we can make the playoffs. I think we can make the playoffs. I think we can make the playoffs with Caleb Wilson. And then we have a lot of money in free agents for free agents as well. So um, we'll see. We will see. Carlos Boozer. That's a beautiful family. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a beautiful family. I'm just happy for him, man. Take these moments, enjoy these moments. Obviously, you and your PR. It's something you've been waiting for your entire life, but go enjoy it, man. Good advice. Wise words from a decent man. All right. It's about that time. We on the clock. The Bulls are on the clock. Yep. I think everybody knows. Like I said, 1 through 4, we all know who's going to get picked. 1 through 4. With the fourth pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Caleb Wilson. There we go. From the University of North Carolina. There we go. No surprise. No surprises so far. Caleb Wilson, number 4, Chicago Bulls. No surprise. Um, I think he has higher upside than Cam Boozer. Um, but I would have been fine with either player, to be quite honest with you. Whether it was Cam Boozer or was it Caleb Wilson, I would have been completely fine with higher ceiling. He just does. They say he was one of the best pre-draft interviews that he's a four. He's a typical four, an athlete. Um, he led North Carolina as a freshman. If he didn't get hurt, North Carolina could have easily went to the Sweet 16. He just productive rebounder. Okay, okay. Cam did. Will he be better? I don't know, but his ceiling is way higher than Cam Boozer. So I'm expected. Nothing crazy has happened in this draft so far, and yeah, the Bulls we rebuilding. We're building up to something. Okay, okay. All right, so we're at number 5, the Clippers. This is where I don't know what's going to happen. To be quite honest with you, I put Keaton Wagler at number 5, but who knows? Like I said, Keaton Wagler, he's not a point guard. He's a two guard. How will he fit with Kawhi Leonard? That's one question. Are they going to ask him to play point guard in the NBA? Has all of the upside. So we'll see where the Clippers go with their pick. So they interview Wilson. Let me see what he's talking about. About that. So hey, I'm excited. The Bulls, we finally have good pieces, a good young piece. So let me look at the Bulls roster real quick because I think we have the potential to make the playoffs if we do good the in the draft. Okay, Montes obviously cornerstone for our team. Montes, Rob Dillingham, whatever. Oh my God, Josh Giddey obviously. Noah, oh my God, he was so bad. he got hurt. He barely played. Let's just skip him real quick. Trey Jones, okay. Leonard Miller, he showed some flashes. Um, Colin Sexton, I don't even know if these players are going to be back on this team, to be honest with you. Patrick Williams, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see because I don't know what the roster is going to be like. And, we have a brand new coach. We have a brand new front office. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. He think it's the most important pick in the Clippers history. Why did he say that? I don't get it. I mean, I think they're going to go Keaton Wagler. It wouldn't surprise me. That's what they're talking about right now. Happened to his eye. All right, the pick is in. We'll see what they end up doing. Darius A. Cuff.
Have obviously a true talent. Keaton Walker. Oh, but Keaton Walker with his size, and you think about Darius Garland, Keaton Walker being 6'5", play on the ball, you can play off the ball, and you watch him.
See, Keaton Wilder, he's a combo guard. You know, like I said, he's not a point guard. He's going to be a two guard who can, on occasion, play point guard, but don't have him penciled in as the starting point guard for your team. That's not his game. He's a playmaker. Devin Booker, that's who I think about when I see Keaton Wilder. Okay, the pick is in.
With the fifth pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the LA Clippers select Keaton Walker.
Yep, Keaton Wilder for Los Angeles. So far, I've been right so far. But this is what a lot of the mock drafts have been having. So nothing has come as a surprise. Um, it's been 5 straight freshmen because this freshman class was amazing, and it makes sense. I saw a lot of his game at U of I. I'm telling you, I live in Chicago. I'm a U of I fan. A lot of his game, he was not their number to be the best freshman for U of I. Brad Underwood. So I think the biggest concern is he has to get bigger, right? He has to get bigger and stronger. Um, other than that, I think he's going to be a solid player. Um, I really don't have much to complain about with Keaton Walker. He he reminds me of Devin Booker from the handles, the shot making ability. He has a lot of Devin Booker in him. And now he's going to LA. Let me see. Let me look at the Clippers roster.
At his own pace, and that allows him the time to process things.
Yeah, he was a playmaker. He was a playmaker at U of I. I'm telling you, I watched a lot of U of I. Clippers. Let me look at their team. Obviously, they got Kawhi Leonard, but who else do they have? Bradley Beal. No way Bradley Beal is still with the Clippers. Impossible. That can't be possible. Okay. Cam Christie, Chris Douglas. Yeah, Darius Garland. Okay. See, Darius Garland is going to play the point guard. I damn near forgot about Darius Garland. Darius Garland is going to play the point guard. Keaton Wilder is going to play the. That makes sense. I get it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. Oh yeah, it makes sense. I like this pick for the Clippers.
He played the second half here and played a lot of point guard. His pick and roll decision making, which is what this league is all about, is outstanding.
The second half of the season, he played a lot of point guard because he had to play point guard. Boswell was hurt. U of I starting point guard. Now he's capable of playing point guard, but that's not his primary position. He is a he's a shooting guard.
Unranked out of high school.
We making moves. I'm an honorary U of I graduate. Love that school.
Overlook you. Will you be wearing that same chip in the NBA? I will. It's something that I can't take on.
It's telling you like Brandon Lee was U of I's coveted freshman. He was a top 100 prospect out of New Jersey. And even when he played early in the Keaton Wilder was not supposed to be here, to be quite honest with you. he was not supposed to be in this position right now. But congrats to him, man. Hard work. U of I, the scouting team, they found the diamond in the rough. So we're on SI down a little bit. Keaton Wagler, number 5. So next is the Brooklyn Nets, right? On my mock draft, I had them getting Darius Acuff. You know, um, the Nets they just need players. To be quite honest with you, I really don't even know what they're doing as far as what their game plan. Don't know.
The Bonnie's point, it's about guards right now. Guards seem to be the best. I feel like Pete Dillon. I love guards. I love guards.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a flurry of guards that's supposed to get drafted. But my issue is at number 8. I don't know if the Hawks need a guard, another guard. So that's where things are going to get a little bit interesting. That's what I'm going to be looking for. What the Hawks do at number 8. Number 6, I think they're going to get Darius Acuff. Um, the Kings, either Michael Bridges or Burris. They're going to get another guard. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
There, and I certainly have watched a lot here. And you see the Nets, who my former team, that's a lot of happiness in that room.
Yeah, they just made their draft pick. I don't know who they picked, but they look very excited.
With the 6th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Michael Brown Jr. from the University of Louisville.
Okay. They whipped Michael Brown Jr. Okay. Like I said, I know it was going to be a guard, but I thought it was going to be Darius Acuff. Okay. I like Michael Brown. He's a scorer. He was a scorer at Louisville. True freshman, putting up numbers.
How far we've come, and this is that we realize that the years the commissioner called his name.
Man, look like a damn baby. What the hell? Man, look like he's 16 years old. All right. Now I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch much of his games, but I know he put up numbers. Like I know that as a fact. Yep. 45 points versus NC State. I remember he put up numbers. So this does surprise me. How tall is he? Looks like he's about 6'3". He ain't even that tall.
Families, his dad has played a sort of instrumental role in his development. And teams were so impressed.
6'3" and a half. Okay, that's good size. 6'3" and a half. For a guard. Whew. Yeah, one thing about it, Louisville, they produce guards. So if anything, you always feel comfortable getting a guard from Louisville. 6'3" point guard, yeah, pretty athletic. Okay. I'm not mad at them. Let me look at the Nets roster. I know they got Michael Porter Jr. and they just traded away Nick Claxton. Let me see who else they got. Um, Brooklyn Nets. So they just traded away Nick Claxton. Ooh, they don't have Michael Porter Jr., Deron Sharp. Yeah, they don't have anybody. this is a bad roster. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this team sucks. I hope they got another draft pick in the first round. This team, they're going to be bad. They need an overhaul. All right. So Sacramento Kings, they are on the clock next. Um, I had them picking Michael Brown, but I think they're probably going to pivot to Darius Acuff, which would be a great pick. Um, the Kings, they have a lot of players, but they don't have any players. It's actually a pretty bad roster. Um, Zach Levine, I think he just picked up his his option, so he's not going anywhere. Let me look at their roster. Is DeMar DeRozan still there? DeMar DeRozan is still there. Whew. DeAndre Hunter plays with them? I had no idea. Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, he hasn't developed the way he's supposed to develop. Um, Demontis Sabonis fit. Like this is a on paper, it's a good looking roster, you know. DeMar DeRozan, Zach Levine, um, Demontis Sabonis, Westbrook. If you look at the roster, you're like, oh, okay, I guess they got some players. No, these pieces don't fit. They don't fit at all. So we'll see. Um, Sacramento Kings. So yeah, they don't have a point guard. So they gotta get Darius Acuff, right? Yeah, they don't have a point guard. And we're not and Russell Westbrook is not a point guard um for the Kings. We're not even gonna talk about that. So they're probably gonna get Darius Acuff. Um, but would they get Burries? Who we'll see. We'll see what happens.
LeBron Jr. And now it's the Kings that have made their pick quickly. They still have time on the clock, and they said, no, we are ready. So let's send it back to Commissioner Adam Silver.
All right, the Kings pick is in. Let's see who they get.
With the seventh pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select Darius Acuff.
Yeah, sound about right. Darius Acuff. That sounds about right. He was either going to go 6 or 7. Like he wasn't going to get past 7.
This is really full circle because he's been selected by the Sacramento Kings.
So the concern about Darius Acuff was his size and his defense. But I think he is actually like 6'2" when they measure him at the combine. So 6'2" point guard, you can work with that. Um, he's not the most athletic point guard, but he can get you a bucket. That's the thing about it. Can you get a bucket when need be? And that's what he did at Arkansas. He just got buckets.
44% from three. He is powerful.
Yeah, in that tournament, he went crazy. I remember that vividly. In the tournament, he went crazy. He went nuts. The SEC Player of the Year. Obviously, he was Freshman of the Year. Yeah, he put up some accolades at Arkansas.
Didn't really have many bad games at all. But Jerry Jacobs Jr. lightning quick in transition, but just elite offensively.
Yeah,
Can shoot it. Can
he put up 23, 4, and 3 as a true freshman in the SEC. That's impressive.
and the length that he has at 6'2", and the way he finished the year, his last 8 games, he averaged 26 points a game and shot 48%.
That's the thing. As a point guard, can you be a playmaker at the next level? Can you get your teammates involved? Can you play defense? Can you play some type of defense? We'll see. Like I said, they thought he was a little bit undersized, but he's actually 6'2", so that's pretty good size for a point guard. So yeah, 23 and 6. Plays to lead the SEC in points per game and assists per game. Pistol Pete Maravich and Darius Acuff. That's wild. So all right. So Sacramento Kings, they got their point guard of the future.
And Dad just took him to the gym when he was just 4 years old. Just how did you know that he was born to play ball?
Okay, so number 8. This is the this is my question. Do the Atlanta Hawks draft a guard? That was my question. I don't think they need another guard, but looking who is left on the board, you still have the guy from Arizona and you still got Flemings from Houston. So it's gonna be hard to pass on them two to get a big man. I had them getting Morez Johnson at number 8, which no other draft board had him that high. But I don't know. I don't think the Hawks need another guard. I could be wrong, but I don't think they need another guard. So let's go through this draft once again. There hasn't been two. AJ number 1 to Washington, Peterson number 2 to Utah, Cam Boozer number 3 to Memphis, Caleb Wilson to my Chicago Bulls, cool. Keaton Wagler number 5 to the Clippers. They needed the guard. He's not a point guard. They needed the guard though. Michael Brown Jr. to the Brooklyn Nets. Darius Acuff to the Sacramento Kings. So we're at number 8 right now, and like I said, I think they need a big man. I don't think they need another guard in Atlanta. I think they're stellar at the guard position. Let's look at their roster real quick. So they have Nikhil Alexander Walker as a shooting guard. They have Dyson Daniels as a guard. They have CJ McCollum as a guard. So I, I think they're good at the guard position. Like I don't think I'm crazy to think that they'll go big because they really don't have any bigs like that, right? So they have Jalen Johnson. He's a small forward. Jonathan Kaminga. He's a small forward, power forward, I guess. Um, Rich Richard, he's a small forward, but he's been a bust, so we don't even count him. They need a big man. They need a big man. So I had them penciled in for Morez Johnson, but if they get Mara out of Michigan, I wouldn't be surprised. I just wouldn't be. I get it. It will make some sense. I get it. So we'll see what happens. They said the pick is in right now. They're on commercial right now, so we'll see what's going on. So I think I'm gonna just go to 15 after the Bulls pick because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care after that. I'm gonna still watch it, but as far as like breaking down this player after the lottery pick, it could be a who's who of players. Um, so after 15, I'm a jet out. Alright. So yes, the draft so far. I mean, it hasn't been any surprises. It hasn't been any trades yet. I haven't seen not one trade. I guess the main trade was yesterday when when Giannis when Giannis got traded to the Heat, but there hasn't been any draft day trade so far. I'm actually surprised about that. Um, so we'll see what the Hawks do. Like I said, I think they're going to go big man, um, but you still have really good guards on the board. So
There's a
we'll see.
selection here. If a freshman goes, it would tie the record for the consecutive number of freshmen taken at any point in the draft. Here's the question.
All right, they're on the clock. Here they go.
With the eighth pick, the 2026 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Kingston Fleming,
They picked the guard. Okay. See, it was just too many good guards that were still on the board. So I get the pick, but I think they should have went with the big man. But Kingston Flemings, yeah, I like him. I like him as a guard. Like I said, I thought he was a little short, but he can get to the rim. He can shoot. He put up numbers at Houston, and yeah, for the Hawks, I get it. Best player available is who they decide to get. So it makes sense. I get it.
Is a dynamic point guard with a high motor. He shifts defenders with his handle. He has a quick first step, and he has bounce. He can finish on his mid-range jump shots. He has soft cut, and he can also take it all the way to the rim. He's a great facilitator. He brings so much, and he
I think he about 6'2", 6'3". That's pretty good size for a point guard. Obviously, you got to get bigger, but he a scorer. Like you can't teach that scorer's mentality, especially from the point guard position.
Walker
6'2" and a half. Okay.
here in the NBA for ball pressure. He's going to a really good situation if he wants to win now. And he's such a good mid-range scorer. He gets to his spot. That's right. You're right. Like it.
So he put up 16, 5, and 4 his freshman year, which is, it's pretty good numbers. Um, yeah, he's a solid athlete. I'm looking at the highlights. He got some ups. Like I said, the Hawks though, they need size. That's my only concern. They don't have size. So all right, where we at? Where we at? So the Mavericks, another situation where they probably have to get best player available. I had them pencil in for Braden Burries from Arizona, but at this point it could go any way.
Knows the basketball equivalent of the Navy SEALs by choosing Houston. Kingston Fleming with Arby's results. Kingston, tell me, as you're walking up to the stage to shake the commissioner's hand, just what thoughts go through your mind?
It's a terrible question. What's she talking about?
Always working, so it feels great.
All right, Atlanta. Let me see. Do the update on here. Yeah, number 8. Cool. Like I said, I'm gonna go to 15. The Bulls. I have a player that I want us to get. He hasn't been drafted yet. I think it would be a steal if we get Mara from Michigan. We need a big man, and so far he is dropping. Now, yeah, I just hope that's the only player that I want us to get. To be quite honest with
This is ultimate dream. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
you. All right, so the Dallas Mavericks is on the clock now. I have no idea which way they're going to go. Um, Obviously, they have a new head coach, Dusty May. Yep, he was just he's the new head coach for the Dallas Mavericks. Will he draft one of his Michigan guys? That's a legit question. Um, all three of them are still on the board. So you have Morez Johnson, you have Mara, who I hope drops, but he's still on the board. And then you got the guy that's like 25 years old, Lindenberg. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got one of his, former Michigan Wolverine. But yeah, a number 9. Yeah, I could see them going Morez. I could see them getting a big man.
The Dallas Mavericks, but he was on this staff the Ducks talking about. Oh, there was.
The key players: Cooper Flag, Kyrie Irving, Max Christie. They need a big man. They don't have a big man. Team needs stretch floor. Morez, he not necessarily a stretch four, but he a power forward, and you know what you're going to get with him. You're going to get a hard worker. You're going to get somebody that plays defense and somebody that's a beast on a rebounding front.
They've been undersized for a while. Well, they've made their selection here. Then send it to the commissioner. Who has to say? With the ninth pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Morez
See,
Johnson.
I knew it. I see. I knew it. Morez Johnson. It makes sense. It makes sense. I get it. I get the pick, Morez Johnson. So I've heard about Morez Johnson since high school, right? Like I said, I live in Chicago. He went to St. Rita, and then he went to a suburb, um, Thornton or Thornridge, one of those. So I've been following his career since high school. Then he went to U of I for 1 year. Then he transferred to Michigan. So I've been following Morez Johnson. Um, solid big man. The only thing is he can't really shoot. That's it. He does everything else. He's going to play defense. He's going to rebound. Like this does not surprise me. I had him going number 8 to the Hawks, and he dropped to number 9. So this makes sense.
And really strong, and he's got a 7'3" wingspan. So he can be a lob threat. He can be a screen and roll guy. He can operate out of the
Damn,
dunker spot.
I was pissed when he left U of I. I was heated. I legit was heated. I legit was mad when he left U of I for Michigan. And the crazy thing is, he won a national championship, so you can't even be mad. But U of I went to the Final Four, so who knows what would have happened if he would have stayed. Man, so you mean to tell me if he would have stayed at U of I would have had 2 top 10 players drafted? That's wild to think about. That's so wild to think about. But so yeah, they're showing his highlights. He's a defender. Like that's his number one thing. He's going to be a defender. He's a freak athlete. That makes sense. My only concern is he can't shoot the ball. He can't shoot. He can't shoot at all. Then in the NBA, you have to be a stretch four. That's just what it is. So that's the one thing he has to develop.
They're 70% at the rim and 90% on dunks, and that's why his teammates were so happy playing with him and now happy for him in this moment. Yeah, when you look at his mechanics, to me, that lends itself.
So yeah, so he's going to be coached by his college coach. That makes sense. Everything so far makes sense. Um, there has been no surprises from me really. There hasn't been any trades. Nothing crazy has happened. Um, yeah. So who's left on the board? You got the guard from Arizona. After that, it gets a little spooky. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I want Mara to fall to 15. So it's cool so far. Um, Nate Ahmet, I'm just not a fan. When he gets drafted, I'm gonna talk about him. I gotta see what they say about him because I'm not sold on him. Like at Tennessee, he he shrank in the big moments. Yeah, we'll see. So the Bucks are on the clock at number 10, and they rebuilding right now. So um, they could use a guard, so they could get the guard from Arizona. That would make sense. Um, Nate Ahmet, if they go down that route, I kind of get it, but I think they're going to get the guard from Arizona.
So, what do you think about following Coach Nate to Dallas now? Man, it's insane.
Crazy. He's not even really a Michigan man. He went to U of I. He committed to U of I after his sophomore year in high school. Like he's a fake Michigan man.
Looking forward to seeing you.
That's crazy.
Congratulations to you all.
Man, that man is a Illini, bro. I can't believe that boy went to Michigan. I'm pissed. I'm still pissed. But the man won a national championship, so I mean, What can you do? It makes sense. I get it.
Like the map or Michigan map. That's gonna catch on here.
Michigan math. That's funny. Okay, so need playmakers. To be quite honest with you, like I said, I like the pieces that they picked up. Don't get me wrong. I like the pieces they picked up. But if they go with the guard, Braden from Arizona, that would make sense to me. Nate Ahmet at at, at number 10 though. I don't know. Nah, I wouldn't pick him number 10. It's crazy to me. He's not. I don't think he's going to be that good. Let me
Now shakes up what's about to happen for these next few picks. Well, they're going to have two cracks at it at 10 and 13 here, so you're going to get two good players. The one thing with Giannis not on the roster anymore, this is going to be the only player at 10 who's been drafted in the first round that Milwaukee.
look at Rich Paul whole ass. He's so annoying, bro. All in the videos, all on camera. I think they get a braided berries. That would make sense. I don't want them to get Mara. Please don't get Mara. Drop to 15. I need that man to drop to 15. We need a big man, but he's probably gonna get picked beforehand. So
In franchise history, the clock is ticking down.
I don't like Nate Ahmed. I don't like him. No disrespect. I'm not sold on him. I hope he proved me wrong. Shit.
Well, and it's certainly with that amen as far as a big wing. And I think when you're looking at Milwaukee's roster here, there's no Bobby Portis, Kyle Lewis on the last year's contract. They went out and got him.
Wow, he talking about they finna get Nate.
Yeah, with this group here, just based on the style that he plays. This is a very different draft for the Milwaukee Bucks than they've made in years past. The pick is in. Let's send it back to the.
All right, the pick is here. This is the new look Milwaukee Bucks. Their first pick after trading Giannis to the Miami Heat.
10th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Braden Burries from the University.
Makes sense. Got the guard from Arizona. Yeah, that makes sense.
Braden Burries is on his way to Milwaukee, and I'm half surprised, guys, that his family didn't show up here today with those famous T-shirts with his face on them that they wore all.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like I said, the Bucks they rebuild it. So best player available, they got him. You know, he was a really good guard at Arizona, playmaker, and it's a solid pick. It makes sense. Now, like I said, now in the beginning of this live stream, I said I like the Bucks roster um, after Giannis. They were able to get some real solid young players, right? They got Tyler Hero. He's coming back home to Milwaukee. Um, they got the guard from U of I. They got the run-up six men of the year. They got pieces. They gonna be okay. Not this year, but in the future, they build it for something.
He impacts winning. He's a shooter, very skilled, fundamentally sound, and he's got really good speed. And he makes really impressive plays at both ends of the floor. I mean, the scoring.
Yeah, so he's like a combo. He's a combo guard, right? Like he's not a pure point guard. He can probably.
Get steals, and he makes the play that's required. DeAndre Ayton was the only freshman in Arizona that scored more points in his first year than Braden Burries did. He did it on a Final Four team. He's a really good player, and he's got no memory. Like once he goes,
Wow. Okay, so he started off slow in November, but from December to April, he averaged 17 points per game on 51% shooting from the field and 40% from three. So yeah, he turned it up as he got more comfortable uh, playing college basketball. So So the Milwaukee Bucks, they got them a player. So yeah, so nothing surprised me so far in this draft. I'm actually surprised there haven't been any trade ups. Like nobody wanted to trade up for one of these guards. It's like nobody. So I think so. Though the guards are gone actually, so we're probably going to start seeing the big man now. Um, Acuff gone, Brown gone, Burry's gone, Flemings is gone. So the 11th pick, I had the Warriors getting Nate Ahmet. I mean, it will make sense because with the Warriors, they're not going to ask him to do too much. They're going to ease him in. But the Warriors, they're bad at developing young players, so it probably don't even matter who they draft because the players just not going to develop well as long as like Steve Kerr and Draymond, as long as they there, the young player's not going to flourish. That's just not how it works.
Miss Hannah, what kind of person are the Bucks getting in your son? Well,
All right, Milwaukee. It's a whole new roster after Giannis, man. A whole new roster after Giannis. So the Warriors, yeah, I think they're either going to go Nate Ahmet or I ain't gonna lie, they might get Mara. This is where Mara might actually get picked, and it's going to piss me off.
where Golden State is at here. The record last year, 37 and 45, the second fewest wins in.
Yeah, I'm so tired of the Warriors. So I forgot about Jimmy Butler. Ain't he coming from an Achilles injury? I mean, not Achilles, an ACL.
Continue into next season. So we heard a lot about two timelines for the Golden State Warriors. How do they continue to maximize Steph Curry while also building towards the future? They're past that one. Well, they are. And I think where they go at number.
They've been a terrible franchise as far as developing young players. Like, you're a young player, do not go to the Golden State Warriors as long as they still got that Steph Curry, Draymond Green situation. Yeah, they could use a big man.
For several years now, and it's just not good enough. And because he's more advanced, he's more mature, you can step him in immediately on opening night with his versatility. He can do a lot of things now. He's also got the IQ to play in that type of system, which requires you to read all of those guard splits, run a lot of dribble handoff. I think that would be an ideal thing for Golden State. Yeah, he plays both ends of the floor. He's got great one.
Man, I hope they don't draft Mara. I really hope they don't. I want him to drop to the Bulls at 15. After the Bulls pick at 15, I'm out of here because, man, I want the Bulls to get Mara.
You say it's just leg, but like you make a good point in that Golden State has a practice system here. You come in, play, and fit into a system that has worked.
All right, the pick is in for the Golden State Warriors. Let's see who they pick.
To the mid majors, to Michigan. He has had to adjust throughout his entire career, and he has found success every step of the way. So going to a team that is ready to win and being able to make those adjustments, I believe he can do it. Golden State really looking to try to continue to figure out how they wait for Jimmy Butler because it seems like Bobby Jimmy will.
Yeah, Golden State, they not looking too good. They've never known how to one develop the young talent and mesh it with the veterans. They just haven't been good at doing that. So if I'm a young player, I don't even want to go to Golden State. Who wants to deal with Draymond Green? Like, who wants to deal with that? You seen what happened with Jordan Poole. I would not want to deal with Draymond Green and his antics. Love Steph Curry. Obviously Steve Kerr is a great coach, but he can't even. He could have developed. They shipped him out of here. They ruined that man's confidence for no reason. So yeah, you're a young player. Do not you should not want to go to Golden State until the whole Draymond Steph Curry thing is over with.
With the 11th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Jackson Lindemore from the
You know what? That makes sense because that man is like 28 years old. So so coming in, he's like not even like a rookie. He's not a 18, 19-year old. He's like 25. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's get us a older player. To be honest, I never was really impressed with him. But Golden State, they like him apparently.
even myself, and we were close to giving up. And this woman, Giselle, was your mom.
Okay, so look, it's looking like Mara might drop to the Bulls. And if that happens, I will be a happy camper. It's looking that way. We have the 15th pick, and we are on pick number 12. OKC. I don't think OKC is going to get a big man. The Bucks, they might get a big man. The Hornets, they might get a big man. But if he drops to the Bulls at 15, I will be a happy camper. I will be. This man was the Big Ten Player of the Year. Oh no, no. How? He didn't do nothing. I think he averaged like 12 points a game. How the hell was that man a Big Ten Player of the Year? The man averaged 12 points per game in college. I remember. Wait, am I missing something? Let me see what he did in the championship game. 'Cause I don't think he did anything. Let me see what he did. 13 points. And this is a championship game. He put up 13, 2, and 1 on 4 of 13 shooting from the field and 0 of 5 from 3. What?
From three, and cutting it out that title game was really impressive. Yeah. Here is the UAB leading his team in scoring, rebounding, assist, steals, and block. Key Cooper Flag. And
He put up 15, 6, and 3 in Michigan. Okay, I guess. Okay, I guess.
national championship this last.
I'm not saying he's a bad player, but damn, at number 11, what's his upside? You got to go with upside at this point. I would have rather grabbed Nate Ahmet at this point. You just he's the type that's going to average 7 or 8 points per game in the NBA. Like he's not that type of player. Like he's just not. Like let me look at his. Okay, 2024, he averaged 17 and 11. Okay, so he had a much better 2024 season. I'll give him that. 2023, he averaged 13 and 10. Okay, so in 2024, that was his breakout season. He regressed from that. But at number 11, I mean, I don't know. I'm, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, congrats to you, brother. No, I just think Mara is just he's the perfect NBA big. You know, 7'3". So the defense is there. He's athletic. I liked him. I liked him at U. I remember him at UCLA. I remember him at UCLA. He was a good player at UCLA. And then he came to Michigan. He fit in, and Now he's going to get drafted. So that's why I want the Bulls to get straight up. That man like 26 years old already. Let me stop playing. That man old though. So, his pro comparison is PJ Washington. PJ Washington was a better scorer than he was. PJ Washington can shoot the ball. Uh, okay, so at UAB he put up 17 and 11, and then he went to Michigan. And his numbers dipped, but he still led them in scoring. Only player in the last 40 years of college basketball to average 15, 5, 3, 1, and 1 for a national championship game. That's cool, but what is his ceiling? At number 11, you got to shoot for the fences. So I said shoot for the fences. Swing for the fences.
No, that's no. Because there is a kid right now who is watching the NBA.
Now, okay, so let me look at his weaknesses. Let me see what they say. Older for the draft and will be 24 before he plays his first NBA game. He old as hell. He's old as hell. 24. But I mean, that means he's mature. So I get why the Warriors got him. Okay. Very solid ball handler for his size, but more of a straight line driver than dynamic creator or change of direction player. There are questions about maturity and focus, particularly away from the ball on both ends of the floor. Like I said, I mean, I don't know. Uh, they I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay, see. Fuck. It's over with. They didn't need a big man. I'm so confused. They didn't need a big man. They did not need a big man. See, they man, wow. That just threw me off. Man, I really wanted him to drop the 15. So I don't even know who I would want now. I, at this point, if the Bulls get Nate Ament, cool. If we get the big man from Washington, that's cool. Those will be the two other players that I would want. Cool. I really have my sights on Mara, to be quite honest with you.
So a lot of short roll action, a lot of balls.
Because we the Bulls need a big man. OKC didn't need a big man. They actually don't need any players. They have talent on the team. They should have traded this pick for a pick in 2044, to be honest with you. He not gonna play. They're gonna send him right to the G League. There's no room for him.
Finals out of the Western Conference, and with that wingspan he
This
has
is
of
crazy.
7'6", 7'7", he impacts things around the rim. He blocked 103 shots this last year. That's a Michigan record.
Yeah. That just upset me. Oh, the Bulls are almost on the clock at 15. I gotta see who they pick. Once I see who they pick, I'm gonna get up out of here because that just kind of threw me off. I just knew he was gonna drop to 15. That's the type of player we need.
And he's an excellent passer. You can use him also zero cuts in the post. You can see the opposite.
Like he's really athletic for somebody that's 7'3". I watched a lot of his game in Michigan. I remember him at UCLA. Okay. All the Michigan men got drafted apparently. So Like I said, so who's on the clock next? So the Miami Heat. Wait, that no, no, that's going. Yeah, that's going to Milwaukee. So the Heat are on the clock, but that's going to Milwaukee, obviously in the Giannis trade.
Just, we know that you are an avid chef. That's what I'm told anyway, as you're joined by your parents. Congratulations to you.
So the Bucks actually need a big man as well. So will Nate Ament get drafted by him? I could see that happening. I could see Steinbeck getting drafted by him, but yeah, I don't even know. I'm through. I'm thrown off because I want him to come to Chicago. Hold on, let me look at this OKC roster because it's not making sense to me. Why would they pick him at number 12? What am I missing? They don't need another big man. Am I tweaking? Oh, I'm looking at this roster. Okay. They got Hartenstein, right? They got Chet, right? They got Jalen Williams, right? Like, I'm so confused. They didn't need him. They legit didn't. He's going to be in the G League. He's not going to play a second in the NBA this year. It's not happening. He's not playing over Hartenstein. He's not going to get no run over Chet. That is, I think I'm probably just salty. My bad. I think I'm just salty. I really wanted him to drop to Chicago. I don't think y'all understand. I really wanted him to drop to Chicago. I'm kind of pissed. All right, so who is on the clock? So yeah, the Bucks are on the clock. I mean, the Heat are on the clock for the Bucks pick. So we'll see what happens. But after 15, I'm gonna call it one because I just lost all my excitement. Wait, let me stop. Let me stop. Okay, we got Caleb Wilson at number 4. So let's start there. Caleb Wilson at number 4. It was an easy pick. As soon as we got the number 4 pick, all the mock drafts had him penciled into us. So it made sense, right? Um, the 15th pick, at Mara's not there. So like I said, Nate Ament, I'm not mad if Nate Ament drops to 15. I just wouldn't have liked him as a top 10 pick. Like his upside isn't that great as a top 10. Top 15, you could work with that. But also, I like the big man from Washington, Steinbeck. He put up numbers. He is a big man that's versatile. Let me. I'm gonna look at his scouting report because I was actually a real big fan of his at in college. So best available, Nate Ament, right there. Kareem Lopez, some guy from Mexico. LeBaron Filion, never really heard of him. Haynes Steinbeck, 6'10", power forward from Washington. That's who I would want the Bulls to pick. He put up 18 and 11 at Washington. He was a beast. He was a beast. I think he would be a perfect fit. He could play the center position. I know we got Caleb Wilson at the 4. He could play the center easily. He's 6'10", and he averages 11 rebounds per game. 18 and 11. Let me look at some of his game log. Let me see what he did versus Michigan. Versus Michigan, he had 11 and 14. Okay. I mean, you can work with that. His last game versus Wisconsin, he had 25 and 16. Like this man is putting up video game numbers. So we ain't get Mara, might as well get Haynes Steinbeck. Now let me look at Nate Ament. Let me look at his numbers. Okay. He put up 16, 2, and 6 at Tennessee. But let me see what he did versus See, look, versus Michigan, 7 points and 6 rebounds. Like, that's terrible. Versus Miami of Ohio, he put up no points in 19 minutes. Okay, versus Auburn. Auburn didn't have a really good season. He put up 27. Versus Iowa State, he put up 18 and 4. But look, versus Alabama, wait, I'm reading this. Yeah, 18 and 4. Alabama, 2 points, 3 rebounds. It was too many times where he didn't show up. I don't believe in him like that. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Here in an NBA game. And joining us today to help celebrate these pioneers' achievements, the first overall pick in the 1960 draft, the Big O, the legendary Oscar Robertson, is in the building. Always great to see you.
All right, man. All right, I'm here till pick 15. After the Bulls pick, I'm out of here. So the Heat are picking, but this is going to Milwaukee.
Silver is the cool the Milwaukee Bucks select. With the 13th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Nate Damon from the University.
Makes sense. Like I said, he has upside. At 13, that's cool. You can pick him at 13. Top 10, that's when things were getting shaky. Number 13, for a rebuilding team, it makes sense. I get it. But let me see his scouting report because I remember he didn't really show up versus the good opponents.
He has the best upside, he said, in the draft, and he's not even scratching the surface of the player that he believes he can grow into in the NBA. The coach Rick Barnes said that Nathan is everything you would want here in a player, Rob. Well, I think the biggest thing too is that he played hurt towards the end of the year, still averaged 7.5.
Y'all do not want to see his pro comparison. You do not want to see his pro comparison. That will piss you off. Oh my God. If that's the pro comparison, hell no. I'm glad the Bulls he ain't dropped to Chicago. So he was a 5-star prospect out of high school. The number 4 overall player coming out of high school.
Different positions. His size and length alone are a great place for any NBA team to see potential. 6'9" forward, 6'11" wingspan, but he moves with fluidity and he has a solid foundation skill set wise. Yeah, he's a skilled, graceful athlete, and all he really lacks is strength. It's not that he doesn't have.
I mean, yeah, he's skillful. I get it. And NBA players they love a 3 and D. I get it. And at 13, you can work with that. But like I said, I just remember he didn't show up versus like good opponents.
Goes in there, got to the free throw line. His 3-point shooting is there. He only shot 33%, but he made over 40 of them. But he's got the.
All right, let me see his weaknesses. Maybe I'm tweaking. Lack of strength and sheer force in his game, which can impact his physicality. Can play upright without ideal bend or upper body elasticity, both ends of the floor, and is somewhat in between positions defensively. Shooting and finishing numbers haven't been nearly as encouraging in college as they were in high school. So, I mean, at 13, you can't really complain. It's cool. But, like, is he like a Paul George type player? No, not at all. What's his position? He's 6'10", but he got to play the 3. Is he athletic to play the 3? I don't know. But like I said, that's going to Milwaukee. So they rebuild it, so they need as much young talent as possible. So the Hornets are on the clock, and then the Bulls. So, like I said, let's get the guy from Washington. Let's get the guy from Washington. Other than that, let me see who are the best available. But I'm sorry. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the best available. No, we definitely not getting no cold Pete. Brent Scherf from Iowa. I did see a lot of Cameron Carr in mock drafts, but nah, yeah, yeah. I get the guy from Washington. That's who I see. Get the guy from Washington. Yeah, get him from Washington and call it a day.
I told him to, we told him to. He listened and he's great kid, and that's what he is for me at the now. Well, congratulations.
That's what's up. All right, we almost at the fake finish line. We almost at 15. I care about 15 because the Bulls pick at 15. After that, I could kind of care less. So, um, once again, if you were able to come in even just for a second, I appreciate you for stopping by. This is my first time doing the StreamYard live. I more so did that because I wanted you guys to see the draft tracker as I watch the draft. So, like I said, appreciate anybody who came in for a hot second just to peep in, see what I got going on. If you look at my YouTube page, I try to drop videos daily. Mostly, I've just been talking about the WNBA because everything else is in the off season. But yeah, if you can kindly hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, I'll greatly appreciate that.
Moving forward, from ownership
Oh,
Jimmy Haslam, Wes Edens to your manager John
so Sham's talking. I don't know what you're talking about. Hold on.
Antetokounmpo era. It was a 13
Okay,
month.
so they're just talking about the Heat um, Bucks trade. So the Hornets are on the clock, and then the Bulls. Then my Bulls. So once again, like I said, anybody who popped in for a quick second, I appreciate you. I will be going live a lot more often. I definitely want to pop in to do a live reaction for the NBA draft. So I'm glad I was able to do this. I'm glad that I was able to set up my StreamYard and everything. So far, it looks like the presentation has been pretty good. You know, nothing too crazy has happened. And like I said, moving forward, I'm on definitely do more live stream. So the Hornets pick is in. Let's see who they get.
Send it back to the podium. You have a trade to announce.
Trade. Finally.
As part of a deal to be finalized later, Miami Heat are trading
Oh,
the Milwaukee Bucks.
we know about that trade.
Nate Heyman, 13th pick. And with the 14th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Hannes Steinbach.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. You know, yeah, I'm pissed. I promise. I just said I wanted him to drop to Chicago. I literally just said that. I'm pissed. Wow. Wow. Damn. They snatched his. Bro, he was a baller, bro. What? Damn. You know the crazy thing is the Bulls probably wouldn't even have picked him if he was available because they probably think they got Caleb Wilson and they play the same position. But damn, he's the best player available. Damn. Ah, yeah, that's a great pick. I'm not gonna lie. I really liked him. I really liked him in college. Like he put up numbers.
4.8 offensive rebounds per game. High level.
6'10", 248. He could play center. He plays center. Damn, I really wanted him to come to Chicago. Like it was either gonna be Mara or him, or if Nate Ahmet was gonna drop by, whatever. So honestly, I don't even know who the Bulls are gonna pick. I don't care. I don't even care. Damn. Let me, yeah, this is it's over with. It's nobody else that I actually really care about. Matter of fact, trade back. Trade back. This trade back. Trade back in this draft. I don't even care. Damn.
That makes you such an elite rebounder.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick by Charlotte, man. I can't even be mad at them. I wanted him to come to Chicago, though. I'm not gonna lie. Mm. Yeah. So I don't know. Is that Dirk? What Dirk talk about? This German brother. Yes. So yeah. I don't know. I don't, who are the Bulls gonna draft now? I have no idea. I shouldn't even be mad because we got our player at number 4. I shouldn't even be mad, but I'm mad. I was more so excited about 15 than 4 because I knew who we was going to get at 4 since the beginning. But 15 was the wild card. So yeah, yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, let me stop acting like that. Let me look at who potentially the Bulls can pick up at 15. Let me focus. The best available they got. The center from Kentucky, he was a bum though. He ain't do nothing. How was he even in the draft? He put up 5 points and 5 rebounds at Kentucky. He ain't do nothing. Oh my God. Coy Pete from Arizona. He's not going to do anything. He's a good college player. He's not going to translate to the NBA. Like he's just not. I saw a lot of Cameron Cars on draft boards. He put up 18 and 5 in college at Baylor. So I mean, I'll take him. I'll take Cameron Carr. Sure, why not? Other than that, it's nobody else that I'm clamoring for. Like that's it. I don't really know anybody else that caught my eye. So we'll see. They on the clock. They said the pick is in, so within the next minute or two, get the Bulls picking in. I'm gonna get up out of here. I was only gonna do 1 through 15. After 15, I'm gonna just kick back and finish watching the draft, but I'm gonna get up out of here. So once again, I appreciate you coming in, checking me out. This is my first time doing it on StreamYard. Um, I know StreamYard is way different than being on your cell phone. So I wanted to have the draft tracker so we can see the draft as it come in. So thank you to everybody who just popped in, popped out. It's cool. Um, I gotta like get more comfortable doing this anyway, so it's no big deal.
They use the good for
Man, I don't even know who the Bulls are gonna draft. I don't even care. I really don't even care. Oh man, like I shouldn't even be upset because we got our player at number 4. Like I shouldn't be feeling no type of way. We got a hell of a player at number 4, so I should be I should be cool, right? So listen, we'll see. We'll see who they get. They on the clock. They said the pick is in right now. Yeah. But I'm looking at my mock draft. I wasn't that far off, right? I said Morez Johnson should have went 8. He went 9, right? Um, I said I had the Hornets getting Haynes Steinbeck. I had that right, and I had the Bulls taking Mara. So I'm a fake ass draft guru. That's I'm okay. I did all right. I ain't gonna lie. I did okay. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the top 5 were it just went in order. It was no surprises with the top 5. AJ, Darren, Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson, Keaton Wagler. And Keaton Wagler was penciled in at 5 because he said he wasn't going to work out for nobody after 5. So and the Nets had the 6th pick. He said, I'm not working out with the Nets. Let me see what the Bulls draft.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Galen Swain from the University of Texas.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know who that is. I have no idea who that is.
Florida, Texas, where he became the SEC Newcomer of the Year. He led Texas in scoring, in rebounds, assists, steals, and his first memories of the NBA are watching Russ, KD, James Harden.
Let me see this man numbers. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know who that is.
You can see this is just so emotional for him. He used his NIL money to pay off his mom's college debt, which is just so
He
incredible.
put up 17 and 7 at Texas. 6'7". I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess second team All SEC. Like it was a couple players that I had my eye on. We didn't get them, so it's like, yeah, okay. So sure, Swain from Texas. That's who we got. And on that note, did it even pop up on this draft? Yeah, it popped up. Okay. On that note, thank you to everybody that then popped out, came to check out the stream. I actually had a really good time just, talking basketball. I can talk basketball, I can talk sports all day. It's not crazy to me to just talk sports. It's easy actually. So yeah, thank y'all. Thank you for coming in. If you catch the replay, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscription button, all that good stuff. And yeah, we're definitely gonna do this again. Thank you. My first time doing the StreamYard live stream, and I think it actually went pretty well. So thank you. I appreciate everybody that came in, came out. Thank you. And yeah, I'm gone. All right, I'm finished watching the draft. I'm going to finish watching the draft. I'm just off of the stream. So y'all watch the draft. It's on ESPN. Cool.